If your girlfriend's pregnant, how can you ensure you get on the birth certificate? I'm Tulsa attorney James Wirth, and that's the question that we have come in. How can you ensure that you get on the birth certificate if your girlfriend is pregnant? Okay, so if you are not married, which we're talking about girlfriend here, then it's not necessarily going to be automatic that they put you as husband and wife on the birth certificate. So generally speaking, how you get on the birth certificate is at the birth of the child, there's an acknowledgement of paternity. Mom signs it, dad signs it, that's sent off to vital records with DHS, and that's how you get on the birth certificate. But in this case, it sounds like mom might not be agreeing to put you on there. So if mom's not agreeing to put you on there voluntarily at the time that the child is born, your child is born, then you're looking at doing a paternity action. You file a paternity action in district court, and then ultimately, most of the time an agreement is reached that you are the parent. That results in a decree of paternity. That is sent off to vital records with DHS that gets you put on the birth certificate. And you can actually file a paternity action before the child is born in order to speed things along, establish jurisdiction at the place where you want jurisdiction established, i.e. get it filed here before she runs off to some other place so that you don't have to travel there. Now you cannot do an final order, a decree of paternity prior to the child being born, and you cannot do DNA testing by court order before the child is born, but you can get it filed, get it served, and get it set for court dates after you believe the child has been born in order to do DNA testing or enter an agreement that the child is yours. So the question is, how can you ensure that you're on the birth certificate? One, see if you can agree to sign the acknowledgement of paternity at birth. If so, great, that gets that taken care of. However, that does not grant you any paternal rights. You're going to still want to file a custody action in order to get custody and visitation rights established. Two, if there's not an agreement to get you on the birth certificate by signing an acknowledgement of paternity, either before the child's birth or after, file that petition to establish paternity, get that filed to establish jurisdiction in order to move it more quickly forward. And that's the answer to that question. If you're dealing with those circumstances, you have other questions, or you want to hear legal advice, which a video is not going to be legal advice by itself, you're going to want to talk to an attorney privately and confidentially to get that scheduled with an attorney at my office. You can go online to makelawEasy.com.